it's bro, you whack, and I'm so excited to be doing today's video because we are going to be ranking every single one of our favorite cowboy skins. Bob's our favorite cowboy, and then it's Ashe, and then it's a copy of Echo, and then it's Cassidy. Now, Ashe is one of my favorite heroes that I never really get to play, and that's mainly due to the fact that my aim is complete Ashe. Get it? But I think a big reason why she's one of my favorites is because she doesn't have a single bad skin. When making this list, I was going through and I'm like, oh my god, all the legendary skins are home runs, even the epic skins are sweet. So believe me when I say, when making this video, this is probably one of the hardest heroes to rank when it comes to all of their skins. But I managed to do it. But before I do, be sure to comment down below what your favorite Ashe, but more importantly, Bob skin is in Overwatch. Now, in total, Ashe has 30 skins, not counting any of the Overwatch League skins, and at the very bottom, of course, we have the 4 rare skins with Sunflower, Paintbrush, Tansy, and Yucca. But really beginning our list, and this is just how you know she has really good skins, at the 26th and 25th spots, we have both of her classic skins. Usually there's like an epic or even a legendary skin that ranks lower than the classic skin, but not in the case of Ashe, and even her classic skins are sweet. I mean, I'm literally wearing her Overwatch 1 classic skin. This is a fake tie, by the way, but I would say the worst out of the two is actually her Overwatch 2 classic skin. Now, don't get me wrong, this is still a fly-looking skin, but I don't really like what they did with the pleated pattern on her jacket. It just looks a little bit too fancy. You know, Ashe is a rugged cowboy. She's an outlaw compared to her Overwatch 1 skin, where it looks very, like, rugged. I mean, it's a loose tie with a leather jacket and a wide collared shirt and a black cowboy hat. Not only does that look cool, but it also fits with her personality. This cowboy that just reigns over Arizona, that just tries to steal to help provide for her family, or her outlaw family. Wait, is Bob like a brother or a dad or a son? I have no idea. What is that relationship like? But speaking of Bob, real quickly, I will be considering all of Bob's skins because this is a dynamic duo. If Ashe has a fantastic skin and Bob has a trash skin, well, that might affect the placement of some of these skins. Now, the first real skin coming in at the 24th spot is one that doesn't really make sense for Ashe, and this is her Posh skin. So obviously, this is supposed to be the gold version of an Ashe skin. I mean, Widowmaker has one, Tracer has one, and Ashe got one, but the only reason why I don't say that this fits Ashe's personality is because she's a cowboy, and when you have an all-white suit, including a cowboy hat, that's gonna get dirty within 5 minutes, especially if you fall off the horse or if you're getting your hands dirty when trying to run a job. You don't want to be looking like you've already made it. Coming in back to back are gonna actually be 2 of her base legendary skins, which is gonna be Safari and Jungle. These 2 skins, I never really got into that much. The thing behind these 2 skins, they're fine. They're not my favorite. I mean, 2 explorers going into the safari of Africa and hunting for, I can only assume, like, animals, and I love how they transform her lever action rifle into a hunter's rifle, but that's all that I really like between the 2. I do like the snake skin design on the cuffs of their shirt, just once again adding to the theme of exploring the African safari, but if you want a better snake design skin, then why don't you get a skin that goes all out with a snake theming with Snake Wrangler? Oh my god, there's so much to love about this skin, but the thing that I love most about it are her green eyes. Normally she has red eyes, but transform them into snake-like green eyes, and then having a snake skin hat, jacket, and all the accessories take after a snake. It's just a recipe to make such a really cool skin for Ashe. At the 20th spot, we got an interesting skin that mainly I don't see enough people using, and I really think they should, because Mary Outlaw is a funny looking skin. So this takes after Robin Hood, someone that steals from the rich and gives to the poor, but the skin of Ashe itself is rocking a Batman mask, which is very ironic. Also, just other elements of like old school weaponry, like the bow and arrow emblem. Also, the hat is pinned up on the side, but she's a cowboy that uses a real life gun. I don't know, it's just so weird. It's one of those epic skins that came on early. I think that this was actually the very first epic skin released in the shop that hasn't came back at all. I don't think it might have, but I don't see enough people really talking about it for people to care. At the 19th spot, we got a fan favorite Ashe skin, which is surprising because this is just her epic winter skin. All it is a recolor of her classic skin to have a light blue and white color palette. While it looks beautiful, I especially love the deep blue hair that they gave her. Also blue lipstick. Wait a minute, is that core number blue from SpongeBob? Here we have another back-to-back legendary skin set, but not our base legendary skins. These are gonna be the 2 skins, Storm Rider and Regine? I probably mispronounced that. With Storm Rider, you have an all purple and red color scheme, and I like the contrasting between the blue and the red because, well, again, it's a dynamic duo, and usually they have some contrasting personalities already, so to represent that in the form of a skin is awesome, but not awesome enough for me to spend 1,900 Overwatch 2 coins to get it, because, again, this doesn't really fit Ashe, and they got rid of her cowboy hat. Ooh, I got cowboy hat hair. Come on, why'd they get rid of the cowboy hat? Also, they gave both Ashe and Bob some grippers. Put them away! If Ashe did ever have bad skins, those two would probably be it. But in the 16th spot, this is the definition of beauty with simplicity with Thorn, where it really represents Ashe's personality. Someone who has tons of beauty and is totally misunderstood, all from the thorns that she has throughout her metaphorical life. I've lost myself with that metaphor. She's a delicate but beautiful flower is what I'm trying to say. And we see that same flower on the back of Bob's jacket, matching this almost pearl-like a pink color scheme. It's so shiny and beautiful. It's just, mwah, it's a work of art. All right, I'm gonna need some copyright-free mobster music right about now to match the next two legendary skins on our list, Mobster and Gangster. Matching a 1920s New York gangster that runs a speakeasy in the back of his library, we got two very underrated legendary skins. I love everything that they did with this skin, ditching every single cowboy aesthetic to have a mobster aesthetic, whether it was the hat with a much smaller brim, flowers seen throughout, also overalls. Come on now, the overall mobster look is killer, but we also got a Tommy gun, a Thompson that's also known as was probably the most popular mobster weapon way back in the day in the Prohibition era, and she looks very classy and someone that's gonna break your kneecaps if you don't give her money, and she's got her partner Bob ready to also break your other kneecaps. I don't know, I just feel like mobsters only break kneecaps because you never hear about other bones being broken. Now, out of the two, I did rank Gangster just a little bit higher because, I don't know, with Mobster you had the jailbird look, but with Mobster you got black and pink, a color scheme that doesn't really pop out on a rainy night in New York, so that's why I like that one a little bit more. Alright, so I know I talked about Storm Rider and that skin set possibly being bad skins, but if there ever was somewhat of a bad skin, that would go to Warlock Ashe. And it's not even really Ashe's fault, surprisingly. And look, Bob has a clean record of carrying these Ashe skins, but what did they do to my boy? Why did they make him into rocks? Like, it just looks so awkward and weird. He doesn't look like Bob. He doesn't look cute. He doesn't look thick. He doesn't look hot and sexy, which is the whole reason why I even get Ashe skins. But hey, they're a tag team, and sometimes Ashe has to carry the dynamic duo. Looking like she's some sort of substitute teacher in the depths of hell with a pointy red hat. Also, a skull on her forehead right between the horns. Oh my God. Can you look any more evil, Ashe? Well, you definitely can, because you have this devil outfit with some dragon scales and claws on the side, also some devil hieroglyphic things that almost looks like Diablo. Wait a minute, this might have actually been inspired from Diablo. I don't remember, but overall, Ashe is what carries this skin because Bob, like, he fumbled hard. But here's a skin where Bob actually carried their dynamic duo, and this takes the form of Haunted, a Halloween themed skin that came out in the Overwatch 2 shop, where they gave Bob one of the coolest design heads of all time, turning him into a skeleton with glowing greenish blue teal eyes. And we see that same blue design throughout his whole entire skin and on the back of his jacket, matching his skull face. I don't see them do enough with Ashe. And also Cassidy is playing around with like a bandana mask, and here, well, they didn't necessarily give her a bandana, they gave like a protruded skull design as if she is wearing a mask, but it's just like skull. Everything about this skin is once again simple, but just really sick, all with the popping of that teal color. Just barely missing the top 10 is probably the most random Ashe skin, no, the most random skin ever to be introduced in the game, and this is Mardi Gras Ashe. So not a lot of people know about this skin, mainly because this was during the Mardi Gras challenge, an exclusive like 2 or 3 week period where if you play Overwatch, you got this skin, a very easy skin to obtain, but it hasn't returned since. And I say that it's random because nobody would have expected Ashe to get the Mardi Gras skin, and I guess after playing Red Dead Redemption 2, where it primarily focused on New Orleans, which is where Mardi Gras is celebrated, and Ashe being a cowboy, it makes sense. Design is really cool, but it's it's just really random. They gave her like a Mardi Gras top hat, of course have the purple and green colors, which is iconic with Mardi Gras, and also gave both Ashe and Bob the Mardi Gras mask. Cracking into the top 10 is a skin that is inspired by lore, and you know I love me some lore skins, especially one that deals with Ashe, Bob, and Cassidy with the Deadlock gang. This, of course, is her origin skin called Deadlock, where it's a callback to her younger years of first starting out the motorcycle gang alongside Cassidy and the rest of her family. And a while ago, they actually released a book where this skin graces the cover, where it talks about the Deadlock gang and the lore of Ashe and all of our favorite cowboys. Other than the lore aspect, this skin, it's very simple. It shares some elements of the classic Overwatch 1 skin that I'm wearing that we would eventually see. Same black cowboy hat, same red design, just this time a primary red leather jacket, also a skull with a snake coming out of the eye. Oh, it just looks so cool. But it still has that sort of classic vibe that if it wasn't for like the Overwatch 1 classic design, this probably would have been it, which is why it doesn't rank any higher than where it's at. Now this next skin I don't like with Ashe, but it's Bob that carries it all the way to the number 9 spot. This is Tiger Huntress. This came out during the Lunar New Year, and this is obviously someone that hunts tigers, I'm assuming, but when you actually look at Ashe's skin, there's bear elements, which is funny because, well, aren't you a huntress of tigers? And about that, if you do hunt tigers, why is Bob dressed up as a tiger? Are you gonna backstab Bob? Is that what you're trying to say, Ashe? Also, what happened to your cowboy hat? Why does it look like an upside down bowl is on your hat? I'm sure that's some sort of farmer hat. I'm being totally disrespectful. When it comes to Ashe and even the Viper gun, it just really doesn't fit Ashe all that well, but Bob, though, when we talk about Bob, though, this is the only time where I might be a furry because I'm falling in love with this tiger. I don't know how they managed to make a tiger look so big and beefy, but I'm here for it, Blizzard. I'm here for it. Now, if you grew up on Star Wars like me, you would understand why I really like Intergalactic Smuggler. This came with a Star Watch event where all the heroes got some sort of sci-fi skin. When it came to Ashe, she is this outlaw, but in space. She still has that rugged design with the cowboy hat and clothes that look like that just came out of the Goodwill, but we have different alien elements like the one that's literally wrapped around her head and even her belt. But of course, every single space outlaw needs a companion, and what better way to get that than an extraterrestrial buddy with Bob in the form of a squid alien thing? He looks like someone that you not fear because he looks intimidating, but because he just looks so but something that doesn't get talked enough when it comes to Ashe skins, mainly because her hat covers up her long, flowing white hair. It's her hair. And here they changed the color to match her eyes with that deep blood red. It just looks so cool, man. Ashe is just so dope. Can I just say that? But while Ashe might look cool most of the time, she can also look classy, very presentable, someone that you would want to bring home to mother or be mother herself. And that's what we get with socialite Ashe. The woman that robs high-class figures will eventually become someone who is also high class, and boy, does she know how to spend her stolen money with an all-pink rope fit with a flapper-like hat. But hey, a woman of class is gonna need someone that needs to do all the dirty work, and that's what we got in the form of Butler Bob, someone that you think would be above butler work, but I guess not with socialite Ashe. And man, even though Bob is an Omnic, he sure knows how to dress to the nines with an all black on black on black finish with a suit, also a gold monocle, just to give it that little extra pop of money because hey, he might not be the top dog, but he still gets paid a hefty salary. This is just one of those Ashe skins that shows not only a different side of our favorite cowboy, but probably a different chapter of Ashe, where after all of her robbing and after she's gotten her bag, is living the high life, baby. Now this might be a controversial placement because at the number 6 spot, we got Ashe's mythic skin, one that just came out recently in season 10, and that's gonna be Calamity Empress. I think at first, not a lot of people like this skin. One, because it looked like a Morris skin, but two, it just took away all of the cowboy designs that were so used to seeing with Ashe. So if they're gonna be taking away one of her most important features, you better be doing a good job, not only with the headpiece, but with the rest of the skin. And I think they did a great job. Definitely strays far away from what we expect when it comes to an Ashe skin, but what really does it for me with the skin is not even necessarily a skin itself, but rather the sound effects. And that's what really saves it, is the fact that it is a mythic skin, and it gets the luxury of having different sound effects. The TNT makes little goblin effects whenever you throw it and explode. Also, it has that same little goblin design face on the TNT that we also see on her shoulder pads and on her gun. So we get little animations with this skin. Just overall, it's a fantastic looking Ashe skin, but Bob, unfortunately, only gets one skin. It just looks a little bit off, especially when it comes to the head area. They got rid of his cute aesthetic and his cute little hat. Something that Diva even brings up in their interaction between Ashe and Diva. How can you get rid of the little hat? But we return to cuteness with the top 5 best Ashe skins, and what better way to start this countdown than with poolside. This is why I love Ashe, because you can give her some serious skins, but you can also give her some playful skins, because even though she might work hard, she also plays hard, especially in the pool, baby. What really does it for me for this sexy summertime Ashe skin, I mean Bob's skin, it's all the accessories with this skin. We got the wicked summertime hat, the pool floaties, also a water gun replacing her Viper. Even her TNT have little water balloons inside of it. Isn't that so cute? But even Bob is having a fun time at the beach with the Hawaiian blue shirt, summertime shirt, even though it would have looked a lot better if that was taken off. He's also got pool floaties on his ankles. That would make you drown, Bob. That doesn't make sense. It just once again shows a different side of Ashe, her fun side with her stunner shades and pink dyed hair that once again doesn't get talked enough, her amazing hairdo. Ashe has gotten a lot of official collab skins and unofficial collab skins, but this is one that I even made a whole entire separate video talking about, and this is the Five Nights at Freddy's unofficial collab skin with Haunted Doll, but more importantly, Freddy Fazbob. Ho, 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 ho. Ho, 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 ho. This came out in the Overwatch 2 Halloween event where they turned Ashe into a demented doll, looking like she was played by this tormented child that got ignored by her parents. Even though both of these skins are designed after children toys, they have this demonic design behind them that actually looks scary. Like when you look at the Ashe skin, yeah, it's this cute little adorable doll until you see the demonic makeup. It has all these cutesy design and elements with the hard clock in the chest, flowers, buttons, the whole 9 yards, even like a cute little Sackboy doll on the side. But once you get to the face, even Bob has the same cutesy elements and scary design with a playful color palette with purples and browns and even one of those wind-up things in the back. And then once you get to his face, but now getting into the top 3, we got literally an official, unofficial collab between the Wizard of Oz and Ashe, Dorothy, and a Tin Man Bob skin. This is fantastic. I literally love this skin. It's so cute. It's adorable. It fits the theme of both Ashe and Bob and the Wizard of Oz, because Dorothy and the Tin Man are a duo, Ashe and Bob are a duo. I also just love the empty red heart on the Tin Man's chest, because it's just a nice little callback to the Wizard of Oz and the Tin Man's lore in that story. And Dorothy Ashe just looks phenomenal as well, just dressing up as a little girl that has a gun for some reason. What do you think about it? Like how she's inspired by Dorothy and her rocking a Viper gun. It's just so funny. They also gave her little pigtails as well, changed her eye color to match the blue aesthetic seen throughout her whole entire skin. Just, I can't get enough of this skin. But now for the number 2 spot, I had to bring in a special guest, because you can't have a Faye Valentine skin without Ein the Corgi, or Pancakes the Corgi. Yes, in the number 2 spot, we have the official Cowboy Bebop Overwatch collab skin with Faye Valentine. This is the pinnacle of collab skins, because not only does she represent Faye Valentine from the anime, this space cowboy that only cares about getting her bag but is having to tag along Malga and Cassidy, but she's gonna be doing it in her own way and in her own style with her purple hair and sunglasses, the black jacket, also the yellow tube top that... Oh, that yellow tube top. Don't look, Pancakes. Don't look. You're too young. But something very unique that you might not know unless you watch the anime is what they did for Bob, because they transformed Bob to be Faye Valentine's ship. That was a very cool way to include Bob to make it still match the theme with this collab. When it comes to Faye Valentine, believe me when I say that this deserves the number 1 spot. if it wasn't for the #1 skin being such a classic skin. And that, hot gamer boys and e-girls everywhere, is gonna be going to the unofficial official collab between Little Red Riding Hood and Ashe with Little Red. Something about Ashe and getting folklore skins just works so well, man. Now, like I said, the way that I decided the placing of these skins, not only the Ashe skin, but also the Bob skin, and both of them are A+. First, let's talk about Ashe. She's Little Red Riding Hood. She has a little red hood. She's on her way to Grandma's house to deliver, what was it, a pie or something? I don't remember the tale. But we see what she's delivering in a little picnic basket with her TNT. Something that I regrettably didn't talk about enough in this video is how they transform her TNT, but they made it into like a little wicked basket. That's so cute. I don't know how it explodes. I don't know if she's trying to kill Grandma, but it's there. I feel like Ashe forces Bob to play dress up, but he goes along with it because he doesn't want to disappoint Ashe. But this time around, they got two different designs. Perfect. Not only the grandma look, but the werewolf look. Because if you guys don't know, in Little Red Riding Hood, the werewolf, I think, either ate the grandma or something and then turns into the grandma to then eat Little Red Riding Hood with the grandma pajamas and the little grandma red glasses, but the werewolf being so menacing but so adorable at the same time. It's like, oh, there's just so much that I love about this skin. But the reason why it ranks above Faye Valentine is because not everyone has heard about Cowboy Bebop and Faye Valentine, but everybody has heard about Little Red Riding Hood. A classic tale deserves a classic skin, and that's why it's the #1 Ashe skin in Overwatch 2. But please let me know what your favorite Ashe skin is in the comments of this video. And until next time, I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch 2 videos to come, and bye.